Once the walls have been created and the fences have been created, you can go ahead and start the texturing. I like to start with the track surface first. This track is fairly simple. We're just going to use the same track texture for the actual track surface here and the apron, and just try to mirror it along itself here. So we're just going to go and load up the track texture. Just go with the regular asphalt texture, and you'll see it needs a lot of tile work here. It needs to be flipped around. You can do this in the loft modifier. I don't like to, just for the simple fact that sometimes it needs to be flipped like this. The wall has the paint next to it instead of on the inside. So what we're going to do is go modifiers and go to UVW X-Form. And you can just play with it and flip it. And we'll just try a number here. Oh, that's way too many, and it's going the wrong way. So we'll try 25. And that seems like it's still stretched out a little bit. So we'll go up to 30. See what 30 does. That looks better. Then we can just go ahead and do the same thing with the apron. Click on the apron. And it should be pretty well lined up here. So I'll show you how to use the surface parameters in the loft section as well. You're just going to go along and length repeat it. We had 30. We'll just match it up. Now this is just a bad texture. There's a couple of pixels on the outside, so I'm not even going to worry about that. But that's the track surface itself, mapped and texture applied. Then we'll go to do the walls. And this is why, I'll show you here why I chose to leave the walls with the break on it. This requires a little bit more manual manipulation here, but it's fairly simple as well. We'll just do the same thing. You can see how it needs to be rotated. So I'm going to go back to 1 and rotate it. We'll try 270. Generally, you're going to want to go backwards. And then we'll up this, call that 30. Let's see, no, that's too far out. So we'll go 50, 60, 75. Yeah, we'll go with 75. And that looks right. Now, this particular texture on the back side is going to come out flipped. So what we're going to do is go to Edit Mesh. This is why you did the break. You can just select the outside element. Because if we didn't, on the inside where it's grabbed, since we didn't break the inside edge here, it'll grab the whole rest of it. So we're just going to grab this, unwrap it, and you can either Control A or select all. Then you grab the top, because this wall texture has a section for the top as well. We'll just find that. And there's the top. Control I, invert the selection. And there's our wall. And everything lines up. And we're good. And it's fairly simple to do the same thing with the fence. The only difference with the fence is, depending on your texture, you might have to make sure it tiles right, length and width, which is going to be the case here. But since we don't have to offset anything, we'll just go 15 maybe. Just trying to get a square texture out of this, that's too many. Let's go to 10, increase that, so what, 600? There we go. That looks about right.